So good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Yeah, so I am, well, we're going to try this out. We're going to see how these morning streams go. I'm going to do them for, well, for the week, probably for the next few weeks. Hopefully it becomes a bit of a routine, seeing how many people are up at this kind of time. I thought it'd be quite a nice thing to do, just to give my thoughts on the market nice and early each day, basically just as a trading plan. Then no matter what time you wake up, you can watch the stream back and have an idea of what it is that I'm looking at during the day. So we're going to do this every day. It's going to be free for all the public, and of course then we will, throughout the course of the day, be trading all this stuff within the crew. So yeah, welcome everyone. Who do we have in here? We've got Alessio recovered from the hangover. Yeah, I wasn't too bad actually. It was just a late night. It wasn't like, yeah, I posted like I only posted like one picture of just in this club, didn't I? But yeah, it was good. Jay, morning. Ollie's here. Testy. Wesley, Mido just shorted BTC, so did I. So we'll see how this goes. Delirium, Elias, Dastan, Matteo, Exito, Tilted, Jay, loads of people. Cool. Yeah, everyone's short. Everyone is short. So yeah, let's smash up the likes and we'll get into it. So yeah, please do let me know as well what you think about doing this format, if it's useful for you. And yeah, we'll keep these ones fairly short in the morning, so then it can be just used as like a video update, but we'll do it live just so there's a bit more to go over as well. So yeah, basically for myself, right, okay, we've had a really nice bounce off of the region where we had the CME gap. Now obviously CME did not hit the gap because CME was not open, so we did come into that region. We've seen this happen before where these gaps get filled whilst they're closed, and that actually happened at the beginning of the last bull run. This same gap got traded into on spot but didn't get traded on futures, and there's another one lower down around 10k, another gap that got filled over the weekend and now has, and then but CME didn't, basically. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. This is the region that we had that really good bounce. And again, you were building big divergences down there. They'd been building up for a while. It was very clear at the point where we were just kind of resting around here that it's likely that this would fall apart and that would be going down. It was kind of crazy to watch this on the actual day itself, because it was just falling and falling and falling. And for myself as well, it got to that point where you really start to question, like, oh my god, how low is this actually going to go? Because there was just no real bounce, there was no support on the way down, and psychologically that's really quite tough, I think, for a lot of people. So I know lots of, like, even myself, I did a little bit of repositioning out of some altcoins into Bitcoin to make sure I've got like a decent little stack in case this does go down further, with like a nice little USDT BTC stack in order to kind of buy if it went lower. But hey, we had this bounce, then we obviously back tested the CME gap region again perfectly overnight there, going into, yeah, yesterday morning, wasn't it? And then had a really nice bounce. So this is what we were talking about during the stream on Saturday, okay? Where we were saying with Bitcoin, where it was, you had this double distribution on the day. Okay, so you had a nice little distribution up at the highs here. It fell apart. You dropped all the way down to that CME gap. And then what was likely to happen is, as soon as you find acceptance back within these single prints, that's the wrong thing to be pressing. As soon as you find your acceptance back within those single prints, it's very likely that you come back up and you find balance within these highs again. And that's what we've done. So we have come through. We've basically found support again back within this region, this single prints region. Is filling out that area back into where this balance was before, and now we're looking at potential continuation to the upside. So I have taken a short this morning. That was part of the plan, with this being just a change of market structure and to look lower down at where I believe that we have some better support. But overall, we are still in an uptrend. I am swing long from the low. I am now 100% swing long. It's not a scalp for me. That for me has to be the low. So just stop loss below that low as you normally would. I'd be okay if this comes back in, if CME comes back in to fill the gap, or if we have one last thing, so I'd be aware of any SFP of the lows. But for me now, swing long. I think that's from $17,615, I think. So basically caught it right down here, which is very nice, low risk for me. So that's good. Yeah, so that's my plan. At the moment, we are in this little bit of an uptrend, but we are seeing some clear absorption. There is a potential distribution going on at the very moment, and we can go over to what I'm looking at there. So this is the reason. So first of all, the level itself. Okay, so we've got the daily open. That makes it quite straightforward. We do have the daily open here. And what we've seen so far is we've had this uptrend, high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Could be a potential higher low, so we've not really seen any major change of market structure yet on this. However, for like the local timeframes, if we go down onto a lower kind of the 5-minute chart or something, you can see as we've taken out these lows, we've had a potential change of market structure here. So this is where I am short. I am short from the daily open, and it's very simple. I have my stop loss just above these highs, so I am counting on a small trend change here, looking back down towards support a little bit lower, and I'll go over the support in just a second. So that's the trade I'm in right now. I am open for more upside, but I am in this short, hedged, hoping to get a nice trade off of this. So that's first of all the reason with the daily open here. And secondly, what we are seeing is some nice CVD divergence building up at the highs. So you can see on the CVD, and this is on both inverse and USDT pairs. So you can see higher highs on CVD, lower highs on price, and that's showing that we are getting absorption from the sellers. Okay, so there are limit sell orders at this price. Market keeps buying, but at limit, people are selling, and that is creating this divergence here. So we are seeing that absorption up at these highs, which gives us a little bit of extra confidence to be looking for short positions. If we are to continue the trend, then this has been working quite nicely. So this is just from our low. We just have a kind of a linear regression channel, and that's been catching the highs and the lows quite nice. So we're around this midpoint here, which could give us a move back down to the lows again. So that's that. We'll see how this goes. So basically the trade idea that I am looking at the moment is from here, stop loss above this. I'll be open for an SFP of these highs. So I'm not going to place my stop just above that. I will give it a little bit of wiggle room. Again, it's a soft stop. If we do have an SFP of those highs and we come down here, I don't want to get stopped out by that. So that's very important. I do not want to get stopped out. We've not yet got a confirmed change of trend. So I am open to more upside. However, I want to give that enough space in case we do get a little bit more of a push up. And basically, I'd be looking to take this down towards confluence that we have a little bit lower, where we have down here, you've got your daily levels. So this is, go on to the daily chart. This is your daily low, basically the close that we had on the day of the last maybe final crash. And we have golden pocket down there as well. Okay, so this is from, now this is a little bit of a, like, depending on how you pull this, you've got it around that region anyway. I'd be okay with this going a little bit lower, but you can pull it from this low. You've got that golden pocket region there as like that's being the major pivot that we've got with this, yeah, basically a deviation at the lows. So I can pull it from there. You get nice confluence within that region. What you also have down there is you're just taking out these lows, which is why my alert is set here. So from these lows down here, if we are going short here, you would expect price to come down, take the liquidity below these lows, and yeah, that gives us a pretty decent region to be looking for long positions. What we have there is quite a nice area. So you could almost take this whole region here for looking at long positions, and then if you want further confluence lower down, and you're taking the close as like that daily is more of just a reference level, we are getting a move up. So we'll see how this goes. There are lots of shorts opening, so we'll see. Again, this is just a hedged position. I'm swing long, so I'm happy to be stopped out on this idea and be looking for shorts higher up. Yeah, so that gives us a region lower down if we were to have more of a range around here, okay? So that is a few little key regions. So we have a nice area of support around here. I'll make that box green. And as resistance, we have basically where we are now, or alternatively, I am looking for a bigger move to the upside, and we can start to find some confluence for that. So again, if we do just come up here, take out these highs, little SFP of these highs, this gives us a larger pull. Okay, so if you're taking your high to your low here, another golden pocket region that's just coming in here, and that again lines up quite nicely with, if we go, let's just take this from the whole move down from where it all started. And you can see again the confluence that we have here with this POC. So if we can flip this and get it into support, then I would realistically, let's say we hold above this region, I'd be looking up then towards this daily level up here. So that would be just hold those longs and be looking for a move up towards 22,500 kind of region, but also being aware that we could come up, take out those highs. That actually works out quite nicely. So this would be the other idea. Okay, if this short isn't going to work, I would flip myself into this kind of plan, looking for more of a move to the upside. Okay, so that's that. What do we have? Who's in the chat? Let's see. So Exito's long local golden pocket and POC 19,700, looking for upper golden pocket. Yep, that would work. So we had this local one, didn't we, overnight? So we're coming into here, and that gave a nice opportunity for a long. Because what we also had there, as he mentions, was the NPOC within that region. So that was the last opportunity to take a nice long position, and that does give us the potential for this to be a continued uptrend, which is a very still high probability that we are, because we have had 1, 2, 3 consecutive higher highs, and you'll be looking for that to continue at this point. So yeah, that was a nice long position. If anyone was able to catch that, that was overnight for me. So not a trade that I'm in at the moment because I wasn't awake, but so far, yeah, that's going really nicely. So if you did take that trade as a long, realistically, you've got to be looking higher for sure. So let's take that to there. Mr. Fry, my entry for the short was off the daily open. So again, it's just a little hedge position, still in a long, so that's all good for me. Delirium, I just marketed in at the lows. I had a few drinks and I was out. I was on the train and I was just like, you know what? I'm out. I've got plenty of margin. I'm just gonna long it. So yeah, it was more of a not particularly well thought out trade, but I just got very, very lucky that I managed to catch it like right down here at the lows. Okay, so let's have a look at price right now. We're still building these divergences, so you've got to be aware of it, but it's been a very strong bounce so far, and this could very easily end up leading. We do have, like, clearly, if there is this much buying going on right now and price is still able to force its way up, it means that there's a lot of shorts getting in at limit. But if those shorts that are here at limit are getting eaten through at this stage, then you could expect quite a nice move out of that. So up here to take out previous day high could be a very real possibility on here. Heisenberg, how do you check for invalidation of the bearish CVD divergence? So very, very simply, the CVD divergence is invalidated if you take out this high. So if you take out previous day high, that CVD divergence, invalid. But that doesn't mean to say that you can't come up here, just poke your head above, and then dump, right? It doesn't mean that at all. It's just all the CVD is telling us is that the buying is being absorbed by limit orders, so therefore it increases the probability that unless the buying can continue and unless you've got volume here in order to break through all of these sellers at limit, then we're not going to come and take out this high. So it shows that there's a lot of people getting short at limit right now. But yeah. Anyway, I need to do the usual thing because it is the summer and it is daytime, so hold on, need to sneeze. Better. Yeah, that could be. So yeah, that's just one of many potential trades right now, but that's the one that I'm looking at the moment. Batman pattern, 30 minutes. I don't know what this Batman pattern is. I hear people saying about it, but I don't know what the Batman pattern is. It's new to me. I obviously patterns are something you learn when you're like very new as a trader, and Batman was never something never something that I learned. So I literally I have no idea what the Batman pattern is. I've heard it before. If you explain what it is, then it will be very clear to me that, I mean, Batman, are you looking at like the Batman logo, which is is that like the Batman logo? Is that what you'd expect? Does that look like Batman? Maybe. Is that what a Batman is? In which case it's just a double top, or you can call it so many different things, head and shoulders. It's not, no, not the Bat harmonic. I think the Batman pattern is something different, yeah. But anyway, we're above daily open, so you'd have to be saying at the moment this is looking the buying strength is continuing. So if we just go over to, but we can see the increase in open interest, the increase in CVD across all the exchanges right now. So we definitely do have this quite strong bearish divergence going on. But with quite strong bearish divergence does come a very real possibility that if this can get some volume, then we can see quite a powerful move out of it. So you would have to be careful on your stop losses here, because in order to break this, you're going to need volume. And if that volume does come in, then we could see quite a big move. It's like a shit part, yeah. Value area high 21.5k. I put a short there. That could work, yeah. Johnny Hot Wheel, good morning. Question: do you offer full access to the Discord during the whole duration of WSOT? So it's not during um, the whole thing. So we're doing 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, it basically gives you a chance to understand the way that we trade and be part of be part of the crew for longer. What we'll probably do is some kind of offer afterwards, but yeah, not during the whole competition because that is quite a long time. And yeah, I guess I should do an announcement for that as well. So whilst we are waiting for this to see how this resolves, let's put an alert here. Let's see if we do get any further movement. Again, if we come down here and take out these lows, we'll be alerted. But yeah, the other thing that I wanted to mention this morning, is that if I go over onto here, again, if there is anyone that is new to the streams, new to this channel, then please do say hello, please do subscribe, please do hit the like button. We're going to do the usual thing. Let's get this up to like 50-60 likes, and then we'll continue with price action stuff unless alerts it. But yeah, if you are new, please do go check out tauruscrypto.com. This is where you can find out more about our community. You can connect here to our free Discord community. The other thing that we're doing as well is let's go on to Bybit. So if you do join to right, I need to announce this properly. Basically, if you go over onto Discord, let's find Discord. I'll just do this little announcement. Discord announcements. There it is. Okay, so today we'll be starting the 2 weeks of crew access for those of you who have signed up for Team Taurus in the WSOT competition. Access is from the 12th of June to the 4th of July. You can sign up any time between now and the end of the week. So obviously this starts off as a 14-day trial. If you do sign up later in the week, then it will be less days. To do that, first of all, you need to open an account using the following links. So that will take you through to our Bybit link. So create an account on there, create a new Bybit account, deposit the minimum of 500 USDT to be eligible, join Team Taurus during 4 World Series of Trading. So once you have done that, you can go and have a look through here and you can join Team Taurus here. Okay, so we've got 74 members at the moment. It'd be amazing if we can get this up to 100 people trading with us. So you sign up, join the team. Once you have done that, okay, then you can register for the trial at tauruscrypto.com/plans and pricing. So again, we go over onto here. If you're on the website, what you can see, actually you can see that quite nicely just from here. So we do have this WSOT membership section here. So register for the free trial. At the moment, this is a 14-day trial. That will reduce by 1 day as we go along. Gives you that trial when you got access. So basically what you need to do once you've registered for that, you'll receive a message on the website that will say, please send us your UID. And then you just need to basically show us that you are registered on our Bybit affiliate and that you have joined our team for the competition. So yeah, if you do want to join the competition with us, it will be the first week of the competition. You can trade with us, and then obviously we'll figure something out beyond that. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So it'll give you an opportunity to kind of find out more about the crew, find out more about the way that we trade. And if you are interested, of course, in the crew membership, and we'll be doing like live trading rooms every single day during the competition. We do live trading rooms every day anyway, but we'll be doing even more live stuff during the competition itself. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's the little announcement if you are interested in signing up. All right. Let's get back to the price action, because it does look like we are going to get a move up here. So I think at this stage, the fact that you've claimed that daily open, it's highly likely now. Daily open was where you would have wanted to see this absorbed. There was a little rejection off of that, but we are getting continued buying volume coming in. The volume's not too bad. So yeah, we're going to take out these highs. At this point, if we do go above this high and we don't get an SFP, then again, I'm in a head short position. It's nothing major, but that would give us more confidence above us into this golden pocket, and then that sets us up for a slightly different idea, right? So if we do take out these highs, that's continued this trend up. So we can have a look. I'm going to delete these alerts now because we're watching price action again. I was still going to keep this as an area of support, but what this does give us is, again, if we are looking at confluence and we want to go swing low, if we are coming into this area, remember that we still have a nice zone here. Again, golden pocket to golden pocket, we could be looking at something like this. Price coming up into this area. Again, putting in a bit more of a distribution, maybe taking out these highs. And then again, if that does get a move back down. Remember, US markets are closed today as well, so there will be not the usual volume that you get from the New York session. CME is open, but it is what is it? It's like Juneteenth or something holiday in America, so the actual stock market itself is closed today. So although CME is open, the stock market is not. Dastan, what is your BTC bottom? I mean, realistically, this has to be the low now. But we'll see. We'll obviously see what happens. I think this week, because of everything that we've seen in across the market. Sorry, my nose is getting blocked up again because of the hay fever. Hold on. So annoying. I can't talk properly. And back again. Yeah. So watch as this comes and takes a high. So it's nice. We've got continued market structure. So at this point, what you'll be looking at is excess of the highs. So again, you've got a little bit of that now. You've got that volume coming in that has taken stops up here. So we can look to see where we can find some excess up here. We are getting that continuation. Again, that's the thing. You get the volume to break this because of the CVD divergence. That's now invalidated. So we know now that CVD divergence was leading. There was enough volume to get through all of the limit orders that were there. And now it's taking out stops. So what we'd be looking at this stage is to see if there is any kind of swing failure pattern off of this. If there is not, then at that point the trade idea for a short becomes invalidated. And you would just, for myself, I'd just be looking for longs again. So I think at this stage you'd be basically saying you're not really seeing any kind of immediate rejection from this. If it's holding quite nicely here, then you would look to be just closing out that trade and keeping the long. It's interesting, like this is what I don't get. sometimes. I mean, it's different because of the scale, but you've got longs closing, you've got shorts opening, yet CVD is going up. It's weird. So now where we are. Again, we're looking at this pool. That takes us in, once again, a nice area of resistance. We do have more liquidity above. So you are seeing that rejection off of this point. If we do come back down here, that would trigger. Yeah, see how it goes. We have a harmonic pattern, crab. Where would that be? I'd be looking at something like this. We could have something more of a Gartley developing. So now that we have come into here, if we're looking at harmonics, we could be looking at this Gartley. And then you could take that into the 786. It'd be quite nice to take it up to this high because you can go quite deep, 886 or something. We could have some kind of Gartley forming along here. Be interesting. Now we are back below that low. So that again is why I like soft stop. You're aware of what can happen, like those highs can get taken. And because I'm in a head short, I'm happy just to, it's okay unless you see like real volume coming in. And then the plan really remains the same. So if I am looking for long positions today, it is going to be down here. I find volume analysis in real time very difficult as there are so many exchanges. Much easier in Forex, right? Yeah, see, I don't trade Forex. I mean, I like the order flow that we often get on Bybit, especially because there's plenty of volume on the exchanges, and most of the time they're doing fairly similar things. So, yeah. I mean, you do have to be aware that different exchanges are going to show you different stuff, but if you're keeping up with kind of which exchanges are actually the ones that are aggressive at that moment, then yeah, it's not too bad. Like, I mean, everything's relatively like similar. Sent crab in Discord. Oh, okay, yeah. So that would be actually looking at something kind of similar. So you're looking for TT500. So okay, I see it. Thank you. Who was it? Herbal. Sorry, I bad. So the crab. You got it from here, right? XA. Deep crab. Almost down to the 86. And then you'd be looking up here. 1.618. That could go quite high. Your 2.618 off of this is here. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, you could have that. You could still have this with the Gartley idea as well. So if this does come down, and then it goes higher, I mean, it would still be kind of valid, right? You'd still be looking at that. RSI divergence. Yep. Yeah, so we do have now. This is the thing. You've gone from CVD that ended up being leading. It was enough to break through. But because we've broken through that, we've now got another higher high, and that has now led to bearish divergence on the RSI. After you had hidden bullish, this is the thing, the divergences are always there. Like, these are just telling you, and it's similar with CVD, like, it's just telling you what price is doing ultimately. So it's there for a bias, it's there to help, but realistically, what is price likely to do? We hadn't yet had a change of market structure on any reasonably high time frames. So what is price going to do? If you've not yet had that change of market structure, you're either going to look to kind of continue these swing high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If at one stage one of those fails, like on these, you've seen a nice continuation on each time that we've got to move up. If we then have a failed swing, a swing failure pattern up at the highs, then that at that point is when you would look to change that market structure, basically coming out to take out these lows. But if you can take out two of them as well, so we could be looking at, if this is an SFP, that has taken the liquidity above the highs, that's almost confirmed to you that this trend has ended, and that you would be looking at a change of market structure at that point. So come down here, take out these lows, look for local golden pocket, come down here, some kind of ABCD that then takes you back down, and then you've got harmonics within harmonics within harmonics within all sorts of stuff going on. So at this point, this would be a nice idea. You're coming down here, you're taking out one set of lows, you've got a little 30-minute order block down there. You come back into your 618, somewhere around here, see what happens, where maybe your point of control for the day will be there, you'll get some extra confluence, and then, oh, look at that, nicely lines up again. So you got 618 to 618 coming in, more confluence within this region to give you a better opportunity for long positions. So actually, having taken out that high right now is like, that's given us a much nicer setup already. So that's kind of interesting. What we also have to be aware of on here is your previous day levels. So your previous day point of control, we've tested that already. Previous day value area low is down here at 18,760. So if we do go PD val 18,760, we'd be looking just, again, similar kind of region, right? It's the same thing. So you have a similar region of support here. This basically, yeah, you can take this all the way down towards here. You've got quite a high. That's what you're looking at. Yeah, I have to redraw that. If it reaches 19k, potentially can be forming admin leaf pattern. Yeah. I mean, you've already had that down at the lows here, so you've kind of had, I mean, actually, again, pattern trading, not so much what I do, but yeah, you kind of had that already. Okay. Previous day VWAP close as well on USDT at 19.3. We got, yes, so that's around the previous day EQ. So again, you got lots of nice scalping levels to go off of. Cool. Okay, well, I think I'm probably going to wrap it up there. There's not too much point continuing this on for too long. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I don't really think we need to look at anything else today. I'm not too interested in alts, and unless we get a pullback on Bitcoin, that at that point that's when I'm going to look for alt setups as well. And we can see on Ethereum, although Bitcoin's made a higher high today, we are pulling back again on the BTC pairs. So I think a lot of the altcoins have had relatively decent bounces, but I would be looking for, again, slight pullbacks on these. Your Bitcoin dominance getting a little bit of a turn up again here. And finally, if we do just quickly go on to S&P, I know US markets are closed, but we are seeing that monthly level as resistance at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how this goes throughout the rest of the day. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see everyone around in Discord and in the chat and everything. Cool. All right, thanks everyone. Cheers.